a lot of the time as well, we have to remember that language and communication in itself doesn't necessarily need to be solely in spoken verbal form, right? There is non-verbal communication in so many different forms that we must also take into consideration. And like, you know, we talk about this a lot in terms of like the communication we have with oneself, you know, the communication that goes on within ourselves. And like some people call it self-talk and all these sorts of things, but it's also the thing that I'm referring to more, and what we talk about more is like this notion of intuition, and how that is in itself a way to communicate with yourself and your heart, your soul, whatever you want to call it. But I guess the point that I'm raising is that there's so many different ways that we're not necessarily taught how to use, or how to leverage these types of communication, or even realize that there is any communication outside of, you know, this format of conversation.
Yeah, I agree with you that we were not taught these. And I think as long as we realize, just because I wasn't taught these, it doesn't mean that I can't teach myself these
Totally.
today. And if anyone wants to fall back on excuses like, oh, I'm this way because of this happened, I'm that way because that happened. Yeah, okay. Not to dismiss anything that you went through, and I'm sure it was tough and it still is having some sort of power over you or influence over you, but there is action available to you if you choose to take it. It's not going to be easy. It might be tough and uncomfortable, but it's going to be worth it.